Guys, welcome back to School of Calisthenics. Today we're talking about how to clutch flag.
If you haven't yet subscribed, make sure you click below and then we'll get into this week's tutorial.
So obviously we've got Jacko, head of human flags. I'm going to make him earn some money today and actually show us a few progressions. So we're going to start off talking about why the clutch flag is an easier progression than the full human flag. So do you want to give us a demo of that first? So in a full flag, we're taking a super long lever angle, so the feet effectively are a long way away from the hands, as far as they can be, which means that the force and the strength required around the joints is much higher. The longer the lever, the more force that's required. So now let's have a look at the clutch flag and then we'll talk a little bit about why it's an easier progression. So I'm going to get Jacko to give us a quick demo. What we're noticing is the bar is now sitting much closer into the body. We haven't got the overhead position that we had before, and we're actually creating a little bit of stability with one of these arms as well to be able to provide a rest for the body to sit on. So because the bar is now closer, our point of contact requires less torque, it's more stable around the shoulders, but we're still getting a great exercise which is starting to link the obliques and some pushing strength. And that is actually a really important ability to be able to perform that contraction with the obliques in the human flag.
Yeah, you're really going to feel it on that top side, guys, as well as that bottom arm shoulder pulling down. Like Tim says, it's just, you're nicely nested in there, so it's not, the demand is much easier, and certainly on that top pull from the top arm, it's much easier.
Having those shoulders in that tight position just takes out a load of the complexity of the full human flag, where we're worrying about being stable and strong overhead. The body and the brain much prefer this position. We've got loads more strength in here, so it's a great way to kind of get into your flag training.
And you get a nice picture along the way.
You do get a nice photo along the way. Let's get into a bit more detail on that hand position. Guys, we're going to show you on a bar. We use these handles for full flag as you saw before, but actually all you need for a clutch flag is just a straight pole. So we're not relying on these at all. They're just going to be there for
lamppost is perfect.
Yeah, it's perfect for a clutch flag. All right, let's get Jacko to go through into it. So elbow is going to come nice and high, and he's going to place his armpit up against the bar. Yeah, don't worry about that. So he nestles that guy in there, then he comes around with this top hand and it almost grips in that downward position, thumb facing down, and takes a nice strong grip on here. So keep this bar nice and close and the elbow high. The bottom hand then comes in and we're going to stick the elbow right up into the ribs and just above the pelvis there, and that's what we're going to be resting on when we get into the full movement.
Good to go up onto your toes to make sure you're getting that in.
Yeah, get some height in the body. And then again, downward thumb position on that bottom hand. With a force application, we're pushing both hands hard into the bar and down to be able to create that lift. So it's a real grip and a shove down on the bar. So the first progression is, can Jacko just start to put some force in, resting on that elbow and just tap the feet off the floor. So we're just kind of calling that would be equivalent of a vertical full flag. This is a vertical clutch flag position. So that's our first one. The second one is going to be, again, we're playing around with this lever length. If we keep the knees tucked, it means that we've got less weight out, which means there's a lower demand on the strength required to hold the position. So if you can nail that one, get a few second hold in there, keep resting, keep pushing hard, keep squeezing the bar, and then he can go single leg, and I reckon he's going to transition straight into a double, and that is our clutch flag. So really nice progression, guys. Jacko's got that in the locker for fun. Head of human flags, we'd expect nothing less.
It's a really good one for a couple of reasons. One, gets you a real nice photo, and you can start telling people you can do a flag. It's just a variation of it, and it makes you get to feel that, like, well, I've done something that's a little bit impossible. We classify that as almost like an intermediate calisthenics exercise, a progression towards that human flag. One of the best things about it from my point of view is it teaches you how to keep that hip up connected to that shoulder, using firing the core and the obliques around that side, which is often what we see when we're coaching people with the human flag is the weakest part of their chain. Once they've sorted the arms out in the full human flag, it's getting that strong enough, and this is a great exercise along with some of the other ones in our tutorials and ebooks on the human flag for building up that strength there. So it is a great one for that.
Yeah. The other thing I quite like about it is we see the grip position here. If you're going to go and learn to full flag on a straight bar rather than using handles, you need to get used to pushing down into the bar on that bottom hand. So again, it sets up loads of benefits, and nice little step on the way to your full flag.
So I hope you've enjoyed it.
I did.
If you've got any questions, comment below about the flags, clutch flags, or any of the other exercises in calisthenics that you want any help with. If you haven't subscribed, make sure you click up by Tim's head so you don't miss out on any content. We've got a free beginner's guide, and that's down there if you're just getting started. And if you want to see any of our other tutorials, click up there by my head.
Until next time, guys, class dismissed.